guys, first, thank you so much for getting the chance to talk to me. We're going to talk, of course, about congratulations. We're first up with RBCx Music, but I want to get into something I think is really important. And the fact is that researching you guys and checking out your music, I was blown away by the respect and love that you guys have from fans and from the community. Your music, people say, and I can hear it, innovative. The folks that you've worked with, like Jordan and Peter Jackson, these are guys who I've interviewed for years, and I know they just don't work with anybody.
That
They're
is
going to
true.
work
That is
with the
true.
best. And I just feel like you guys, it's not so much people like to use the thing, the next big thing or whatever. It's not even that. It's like you guys are taking music, Canadian music, to another level. And I am so glad to see artists like yourselves in this new age, but with an old school feel and soul to it with your work ethics and your music, man. Much respect to the both of you.
I'll
I
tell you
appreciate
what,
that.
if there was any way to start my day, that is how I wish to start. I
was
can't thank
awesome.
you enough for all the kind words, man. That really means a lot. As an artist, you don't you tend to not get much credit. We were talking about that the other day. You don't tend to get those shiny victories. Everybody thinks it's all little baby trophies that you have to hold inside that mean something to you, and that's what the life of an artist really is all about. So hearing that really means a lot. So
Yeah,
thank
thank you.
Oh man, like I said, it's an honor and a pleasure to talk to you guys. But look, the fact that you guys are with first up RBCx Music, that should say something right there too. Because one of the things I love to do is when I get the list of folks who are involved with it, I love to interview all of them.
Mhm.
And the reason why I do that is because I feel like it's a special class of folks who are innovators and, like I said, on the next level to move Canadian music to the stratosphere, and of course letting the rest of the world know that
Right.
yeah, Canada can rock in so many
Yes.
different genres.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you guys, how did you hear about this, and how did you get involved with it?
So I think originally I heard about it because we have a lot of friends that have went through it, like Dreams, I believe, or other people like that, and Brandon Lamb and other Braden Lamb and all those guys. We have a lot of people locally that have went through it, and that's kind of how I seen it. And then one day I think I just got like an ad for it or seen it on social media, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance on this, and I'm just gonna submit for this. What's the worst that can happen? And we were surprising. I was having like lunch with my aunt or something, and I got this email, and I was like, oh damn, let's go, this is it.
What did this do for you guys? Like for folks who don't know, what is it exactly, and what does it do for artists like yourselves?
Yeah, so the best way that I described it is it's another tool in the toolkit. So essentially, as an artist, it takes a lot of momentum to kind of get something going and get you off the ground. And essentially what they're here to do is provide performance opportunities, PR opportunities such as this, help you get your name out there more, and basically just help build on whatever you're already doing.
Yeah.
So, the more that you're doing, the more that they can help you. And again, it's just another tool that just makes it a little bit easier to be an artist today.
They give you a lot of good information, like in the industry that you normally just can't find or get. Do you know what I mean?
That's also true.
It gives you,
Workshops and
yeah, it
stuff.
gives you like a big edge on that, and you get to speak with people who are actually in the industry, like people who are doing those jobs, like a PR would come and talk to you. And it just gives you like a different view and perspective of it, which helps you like so much.
Well, you are right about, the PR and getting to meet folks, because this is why I'm
Yeah.
so glad to jump on the bandwagon, as we can say, too, because I'm
Love
definitely on your bandwagon. How did you guys meet up? Like, how did this combination come together?
All started back in grade 4.
Yeah, we've
Are
we've
you
been,
serious?
We've
Yeah.
been lucky friends since grade 4.
Yeah.
And ever since it's just kind of grown, and being in a band or as a duo in particular is really challenging because there's like, competitive or not competitive, creative differences and stuff like that. Right. So, what has always helped is that we always, it's more than music. We have a relationship, a friendship, a bond that goes way deeper than before music even started.
Yeah.
So no matter how aggressive or intense things get, we always know that it's kind of a little deeper than that. So we're always able to come to a common ground understanding. But how it all started, yeah, grade 4, we met, we became friends throughout school. We kind of started like rapping on like Xbox headsets and like just other things. None of us come from any musical background. So we had zero talent, no connections, no friends, nothing. Well, we had each other.
Yeah.
That was it. And then we slowly grew into being rappers, which slowly developed. And I went to school for audio engineering, and then we became producers, and we had a studio. And now, fast forward 7-9 years, I think it's been 9 years now since Kin Crew.
Yeah.
We are a alt pop duo, and singing, rapping as a full band. It's been quite the journey.
Yeah, you guys are a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We were. So
Yeah.
that was the thing for the last 6 years, is we were multi-genre artist
Very,
producers. We
yeah.
did rapping, we did rap productions, we did EDM and top 40 pop music, all that sort of stuff. And then over COVID, when our tour got shut down, we kind of had to, we sat down, we had time, we narrowed in what we liked. We worked with some really good producers, and we ended up basically finding this alt pop sound that we are right now for our last 2 projects. And this is the sound that we decided, like, you know what? We had a good chance at being good producers and really taking that route, but it wasn't super fulfilling for us. So we decided to step back and chance everything that we've built over the last 6 years to focus on doing what we've actually loved to do, which was being an artist. And that's what we're here to do now.
I'm just curious. You guys, I saw in, your performances and the instruments you use. I haven't seen brass instruments. Do you guys use that also, or is that something that might be coming down the line?
Honestly, I think that'd be super cool to use, but
dope,
nothing that's been overly prevalent. In terms of production on the EDM stuff, we definitely used like synthetic brass instruments. And actually, one of our co-producers was actually like a big trumpet player. He went to school for like trumpet. But in terms of like in our current sound, maybe the slow songs, we have violins and stuff, those sort of things. But I would say nothing overly brassy at the moment.
Okay, now you just said something I wanted to jump into. You said the slow songs. A lot of artists today don't do that. I'm an old school guy. I come from when you got your vinyl album of whoever the group is. It doesn't matter if it was pop, rock, funk, whatever.
Yeah.
You always had a ballad. You had a couple of slow songs.
Yeah.
Why did you guys decide to do that when, kids today don't even know how to slow dance with each other anymore?
Yeah, that's totally fair. And I mean, we might have different answers, but from my side, like, I don't think legally you should be able to have a project without having a ballad on it. I think that's an essential part. You have to have, and even during your live show, you have to have that energy that goes up and then the energy that comes down to bring them back up again, but in terms of like slow songs, they're one of my favorite. That's where you really get to connect with the artist emotionally. You know what I mean? You get to really dive into whatever world that they bring you in. Like all the fast stuff's fun and awesome, and it's a great time. It gets you pumped up and energetic. But like that slow stuff is where you make that real raw connection, where you can be vulnerable.
It's great to hear that, because I swear the only country music seems to have their slow ballads, and I honestly don't hear it from anywhere else. Inspiration for lyrics, where does that come from?
Like a lot. It probably different for both of us.
It's definitely different for both of us. Yeah.
It also depends on the song and what we're trying to do with it. Because sometimes when like we're having a writing session, you're just trying to make the best song. So you're speaking from experience as well, but you're also trying to tell a story and stick to the storyline, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But then sometimes it can also align very well with like a personal story, and then you can tap into that. Those are my personal favorites. Like when I write a verse, I love when it connects to something deep, something that like some trauma, some happy moment or something, and really pick from that. But sometimes when you're writing with other people, you guys are trying to make the best song, so it's not a personal experience. You're just trying to make the best song.
So yeah, there's definitely two sides to that. And the one side is, when you're going with a group of people, the objective is normally like the best song possible. But a lot of the times, like when we're writing by ourselves and stuff like that, it's normally written like, I'm going to tell a story from my heart and hope to God people connect with what I'm saying. you know. And a lot of the time is they will, because we all go through very similar experiences in life, and we all feel like it's unique to us, and it's not. And that's a good thing, because you can not be afraid to tell your story, because other people are going through it too, and they will connect with that. And our old stuff as producers, it used to be the other side, where we would only write things that was like, we have to make the best song as possible. So what can we write that people are going to connect with? But now as artists, it's different. It's like, let's pick something that really means something to us, and try to put that into words, into a song, and hope people connect with it. And over the last 2 projects, it's been there. People have been like, oh my God, you've been able to say things that I felt that I haven't been able to say for myself. And I appreciate that so much. And that's such an enlightening experience to have.
Did the COVID experience have anything to do with that? Because COVID
Tenfold.
changed a lot of us in so many different ways. You talked about sound-wise, musically you guys changed, but was that part of it?
Yeah, definitely. And even in terms of like self-expression and stuff like that, I think COVID was a real, you know, we got set back a lot, losing the tour, losing a lot of money from the tour and all that sort of stuff. And that really, like, that was kind of, I think, at a point where a lot of artists would have just like wrapped it up. You know what I mean? Everything was supposed to happen, and then you lose everything. You lose all your money, you lose all your momentum, you lose everything. So it's like you're starting from nothing again after years of building that momentum. And I guess what it was like, okay, we're all sitting in our rooms. Let's start, just music's our only thing that we know how to do, that we love. Let's just start pouring our hearts into this. And then as we did that, it was like, wait a second, self-expression is a real thing. Let's dig into this a little more. And it kind of just turned out to be like, yeah, we like expressing ourselves. People like when we express ourselves. People like this new direction. We love this new direction. Let's lock in on this and run full speed, try to catch up.
Now, I mentioned 2 names, and they are both beasts in the music industry, Jordan and Peter Jackson. Like, damn, to work with those guys. What was it like to work with those guys, and what were the projects? Because I think they, correct me, Jordan sang on one of your tracks.
Yeah, so Jordan and Peter were actually on the same song.
Okay.
So how those worked is, obviously Jordan's from Halifax. So we've had a long relationship, mainly because I started as an audio engineer. So I was doing production and recording and mixing. So I did recording for, like, you know, Quake and Jordan and Pat Stay and like a lot of bigger guys that are all from Halifax and stuff. So I've been surrounded in that area. We shared a studio with Neon Dreams for like 5 years, stuff like that. So, you know, there's been lots of people that have come around us, and we've been able to meet. So having that connection with Jordan, I had this song one time that I was like, yo, this would be really, really cool if you were on it. Like, what do you think? He heard it. He was like, yo, this sounds really cool. We did a writing session together. And then Peter was coming down because he was doing a Sean Kingston tour. He was bringing Sean Kingston down.
I remember that.
Yeah. I'm also a videographer. So I reached out.
Do you do everything? Like what?
Yeah, he really does.
Throughout the term I have, and I started eliminating what I don't like. So I don't do like engineering and stuff anymore. But yes, throughout the time, being self-employed was like, do everything you can to try to make it by, you know?
Old school.
So I'm a videographer still, and he was coming into town. So I reached out to Peter. I was like, hey, I noticed you're going on tour with Sean Kingston when you're in Halifax. What if I come through, film for you, sort of thing? I wanted to make that connection because I knew, like, you know, he's a more important guy, bigger guy in the industry. Let me try to wiggle my way in there a little bit, you know? So I did that. He was really thankful. I was like, hey, by the way, I know you know Jordan. I know you're friends with him. We have this song with him. Let me know what you think. Would you be interested? He was like, yeah, this is a fire record. Let me get on this, sort of thing. And then we had this song. We had both of them. And it was like, all right, let's keep going, you know?
Yeah, it was sick.
Amazing. You guys have a new single out too. I think you just released it about, what, 3 months ago?
We released, our full project called Someday I'll Get It Right. Yeah, I was like, I always get that one and our last one confused. Someday I'll Get It Right was our last project.
Yeah.
What's going on right now? What are you releasing right now as we're speaking?
Yeah, so we have, it was supposed to be the end of August, but it's looking like mid-September now that our next single's coming. And the song is going to be called Love and Paranoia. And it's a really cool mixture. It's like a hybrid of like pop with hip hop influences. It's kind of more of like a Kid Leroy style song, which is kind of it's not directly in our alternative pop. It's more in the pop world. But it's really cool because we love to play with that line.
Yeah,
We're in our genre, but we're still gonna play around with those lines.
Yeah.
I love it,
Genre
man.
crossing is our favorite.
What about live shows? What's going on with that?
Live shows is the $1,000,000 question, my friend. We have a great live rig. We have been doing rehearsals and getting fired up, and we've been trying so hard to plan a show. We're trying a tour for the fall for North, like Eastern Canada, so like East Coast Ontario sort of thing. However, the difficulty is everyone rushed back to shows because COVID's,
So
over.
many people are booked up.
Everything's lapped. Oh, I hear you. Everything's
So
lapped
hard.
over. I can't follow everything anymore. I just get to
Yeah.
a point where I'm just like, I'm not leaving the house. It's too much.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like we were trying to do a show in Halifax, and there's only like 2 or 3 venues that you can really perform here.
Yeah.
They're all booked until 2023.
Yeah.
Which is like super challenging. So we're trying to find some loopholes and wiggle rooms to kind of make it happen.
It's great that everyone's back performing and stuff,
100%.
but it's kind of like it's just everything's flooded right now, and like no one has an opportunity if you didn't already book to do anything.
get in.
You have to wait so long, and it sucks.
But we do have a performance at Nova Scotia Music Week in Sydney, Cape Breton that's coming up in November. So
Fantastic.
that's the next thing.
We got to get you back here in Toronto, man, because I know you
Absolutely.
guys can
100%.
tear it up. Look, I want to say congratulations on your success. Love what you guys are doing. You guys are innovators in this music industry. I love your vibe. I love your spirit. Love your music. Cannot wait
You're
to
too
hear.
kind, man. You're too kind.
Nah, it's true, man. I cannot wait to hear the new music, and let's keep doing this, man. Let's keep in touch, and all the best for you in 2022. And if I can just add something in too, man, I know we're still in the summer. I hope you guys do a Christmas song, because I would love to hear what you guys would do in December.
This guy lives for Christmas.
Yeah, I
music.
do listen to Christmas music year round. So if we get the chance, it is coming. Yeah.
Gotta
I'm most people's worst enemy.
I love it, man. Congratulations and thanks again.
Thank you, man.